I aired Halo 18 here. And I'm recording myself. And I'm going to talk about Halo 5 Guardians discussion series. Episode 46, I believe. I'm going to read the article called Halo Community Update. A Fond Farewell. My B is for Bravo. On December 18th, 2015. And it says, yesterday I walked into the studio to find our true to scale Master Chief statue no longer in its rightful place. It was perhaps similar to walking into your own home and finding a most prized possession missing from its podium. It felt quite wrong. I contemplated not continuing through the second set of doors to my desk. Luckily, I then remembered that we're moving to a new building, and that this wasn't an act of treason, but rather an act of moving. The Master Chief is on his way to his new home, and soon we will be too. This is the last community update coming to you from the Kirkland, Washington building that crafted every Halo title between Halo 3 and 5, including not only these titles, but also ODST, Reach, Halo 4, and many more Halo experiences you might enjoyed over the years. This will also be the last update of 2015, so we're dropping by for a quick hello before we head home for the holidays, and also await the official opening of the new building. Wednesday morning, Cartographer's gift arrived to Halo 5. Just in time for the holidays. The update for a new set of toys. Over 1,700 to be somewhat exact. Molly? Keyboard, please. Hey, Keyboard, you there? Get all sweaty there. I'm still here, guys and girls. And with Forge and a variety of improvements and additions over the game, today we'll recap a few of them and get the shiny on some new maps before we say adieu to our current studio, as well as 2015. and get ready for the year ahead. The overgrowth. It shows a picture of the map and a description of it as well. Overgrowth is the newest arena map, and it is currently available in every arena playlist aside from Breakout and BTB. It's also weighted just a bit higher to ensure that you run into it in matchmaking a few times during the holidays, because nothing says holiday like a dead colony that strangled itself on complexities of interstellar support and interdependencies during the Covenant War. Which reminds me, here's the official backstory on the map. The relentless advance of the Covenant turned entire planets into funeral pyres between 25 and 2552. Outer colonies that escaped the attention of the Prophet's fleets often faced social collapse and mass famine, or worse, after the UNSC retreated due to their reliance on food and terraforming support from Earth. At best, these colonies lost much of their population and social-political complexity, but stabilized with locally sustainable settlements and technologies. Unfortunately, many cut-off colonies suffered catastrophic failures and were completely wiped out in desperate civil wars, plagues, or rapid reversion of planetary ecologies, as a reminder of what could have been. Infinity's and Degia born war games designers set the training environment of Overgrowth at a promesa that almost was a tomb city reclaimed by their homeworld's native vegetation. Here, trainees could prepare themselves for the grim duty of conducting security surveys on dead colonies that had strangled themselves on the complexities of interstellar support and interdependencies during the Covenant War. And before we move on, here's some additional background tips from level designer Adrian Bedoya. Adrian Bedoya, MP level designer. Halo is just about opportunities and how you seize them. The moment just before you hit a snapshot, a jump thrust over a charging enemy, or the perfect magnum kill. Overgrowth was an opportunity to highlight such moments and to flip the formula of the way Plaza plays. The addition of brand new routes, top, mid, and the swampy terrain down below create a much more close quarters game. In Slayer, you'll want to stay close to a buddy who can watch your back and push for those close range power weapons. When scoring in Strongholds, it's important to stay close to defend those points and not move too hastily away from them. With fewer overall flank routes, the Strongholds become your team's power positions, forcing the enemy team to make a move. The map was a lot of fun to work on, and it will be great to see all the opportunities players have navigating the corridors of overgrowth. Anti-freeze and entombed. Cartographer's Gift also includes 2 new BTB maps, which were co-authored by some of the finest forgers this past summer, and then handed off to our 343 design team for a few months of iteration and polish before going live. To learn a bit more about the maps, I talked to Workaholic and Nugget 23, the gentleman who collaborated with the 343 team to bring them into Halo 5. Next one is a anti-freeze. The map is like an ice. It's on a mountain range or some sort. Workaholic said about this map. When designing any map, I start by defining the conditions or the basic parameters I'll be working in, such as optimal player count and viable game types. Once those are determined, I start thinking about the experience and imagine the kind of battle interactions I want players to achieve. These core foundations affect the majority of the decisions throughout the design process and can really help shape how closed, open, or vertical spaces are relative to players in the environment. When thinking about gameplay, my first goal was to create a fast-paced experience that complemented the advanced movement mechanics of infantry based combat while providing enough flexibility for light vehicular interaction. For my overall layout, I thought a W-shaped vehicle circuit would balance travel times between infantry, and vehicle routes, and then connected the end points together to give it more fluid movement. I combined the traditional figure 8 design philosophy and ended up with a more pretzel-shaped topology as a result, which you can see in my initial sketch below. The first sketch was done immediately after establishing the core design pillars outlined above, while the second provides a visualization of the refinement process and final layout. After departing from the studio, I wanted to help retain the visual theme I created the Forerunner geometry. As much as possible, I created some structures in SketchUp for Tom French to consider when finalizing this map, which you can see below. Rocket Hall V1. And this map does look like a pretzel, actually. The whole experience was something I'll never forget. I finally met some of my longtime Xbox friends and had a sensational experience meeting everyone at the studio. Thanks again for this opportunity. It was a pleasure to be a part of it. Workaholic. Next one is Entombed, and they also show a picture of it. It shows a ring on the background. And it's like an asteroid, I guess. With a... if you want to look at the article, just go to the website under HaloWaypoint.com under community under news. And Duncan23 made this. He made the map Entombed. And he said, what I learned, we'd be building BTB maps. I wasn't sure which map I wanted to take on. There are so many to choose from. And I ultimately decided to go with burial mounds. This has always been one of my favorite BTB maps because it was really different from the others. The astrometrical aspect of the map provides some very interesting gameplay, and the vehicle routes really test the driver's capabilities. I have always been a vehicle focused player, so this was at the top of my mind when making a Mario Mounds inspired map in Halo 5. When I started making the map, 343 provided me with an additional Xbox One, so I could have the original Mario Mounds on a second monitor while I was forging. I used this initially just to get the rough size and general layout that I wanted. Then from there, I didn't really look at the original Mario Mounds again. I knew from past experiences that if I built the bases exactly the same as the original, my map would have the same issues the original had. For this reason, I decided to give each team a similar base, instead of one base being clearly better than the other. I also decided to keep the astrometrical aspect of the map to provide a different style of gameplay, although that was extremely hard to do since I'm fairly OCD. Mario Mounds was originally on a desert / barren canvas. Since we don't have something like that in Halo 5 yet, hint, 343, I decided to build it up in space. I know it is a bit strange, but I figured it would really fit the style of map I wanted to make. The first thing I noticed while forging the natural parts of the map is the variety. It is incredible what the Forge team has provided. And I have never been able to make a map look as natural as what we did with Entombed. Every terrain piece flowed together and looked amazing with space textures to offset the natural look of the map. I decided to go with a futuristic theme for the structures. And I also wanted to have multiple ways to enter into each base so a team couldn't easily defend an objective or have a place to camp in Slayer. Outside of the bases, I created some open areas for vehicles to drive around and engage in combat. Then, in order to protect Spartans from the vehicle combat, I provided a cave section running through the center with rocks around the outside, and even a small crashed spaceship to move behind. Lastly, I decided to include the Wraith because I find it normally doesn't get utilized very well on maps, and I believe it is perfect for Entombed. Working with the 343 team helped me reach the full potential of Entombed, and I hope everyone in the community enjoys the map as much as I enjoyed building it. Duncan 23. New machinima controls. This week's update also packed a few surprises, one of which was an entirely new batch of machinima controls. Throughout the franchise, machinima creators have employed a variety of tactics to create quality entertainment. Some feature based and others a bit hackier. For Halo 5, the Sandbox team took a step back and asked how we could give machinima creators more control and more options. To detail those, I've grabbed Matthew Couch from the Sandbox team. Matthew Couch, Sandbox engineer. Historically, in mainline Halo games, machinima options have been explicitly disabled in Xbox Live games to prevent exploits. Explicitly. For Halo 5, we've made it a separate, dedicated option in custom games. Doing it this way allows us to add some additional features to not have to worry about giving competitive advantages. Machinima controls are also now easier to activate since we don't have to worry about people triggering them by mistake. Additionally, it used to be difficult to view how your first person actions will look in third person. To remedy this, we added the ability to quickly switch to a theater camera while in-game, during which you can still control your character in third person from any cinematic view of your choice. And this is all done with the simple press of a button. To enable machinima controls, go to Custom Game, select a game mode, go to Settings, turn on machinima control. At bottom of list, new machinima controls. Lower weapon, hold X and D-pad down for 2 seconds. Detach camera in gameplay. Hold X and D-pad up for 2 seconds. Toggle camera control mode when detached. Normal and pan. Hold X and press D-pad left. Toggle between Spartan and camera control when detached. Press view button. Display Spartan/camera. Location coordinates. Hold X and press D-pad right. We hope you enjoy these new tools and can't wait to see your creations. Holiday Forge tips. We've said it. You've said it. Forge is pretty big. We're working on a few different ways to help players learn the Forge ropes and also enjoying some of the community tutorials we found on YouTube. Before the break, though, we wanted to share a few tips straight from the devs that you can use and have fun with through the holidays. Ben Walker, engineer. Use intro camera previews for machinimas. These let you do really tight, reproducible camera shots for fun times. Have some stand on a platform, then grab the platform and move it up with translation snap set to 4 feet. Physics reads this as the platform moving 4 feet, 1 in 60th second equals 240 feet slash S equals 163 miles per hour, and that gets transferred to the standing player. Also, if you start a ground pound and then go into monitor mode, you'll still be ground pounding when you go back into player mode. Tom French, UGC design lead, releasing the trick. He said, releasing the trigger while rotating or moving will slow down movement, allowing for more double analog precision. It's tricky but useful at times. Building on grid helps for more precise layouts, since most of our pieces are built to grid. Our new controls are like learning to type or use bumper jumper. It's a bit tricky at first, but it's significantly faster to get the actions you do 90% of the time. Use center of mass rotation, RT plus D-pad up, Camera type rotation RT plus LT plus D-pad up to cycle. And lock the camera onto a natural terrain object when trying to align it with others. The combo of these things seems to make it easier to visually tweak things. Man cannons launch vehicles and infantry. Grav lifts just launch Spartans. If your objects aren't moving around the level, there's no need. We'll weld them. Just grouping generally is what you need for static structure type stuff. The chroma screens don't have physics, so you can walk/drive through them. This can be for machinima, FX, or even potential level trickery. To do event timers, you can see combination of scripting objects to despawn on the event, respawn timers, and sending messages / setting power on object respawn. Kinda hacky, but a good stopgap until we get something better online. Aiming your crosshairs at magnets influences which ones connect. Moving objects in local axis mode. LT plus D-pad down to cycle to. Arrows visible coming from object with grid snaps. And will move the object the snap distance from its current position, not the world grid snap. Comes in super handy when you've built something at an angle and/or want to move objects precise distances from each other. C flight grid snap moves such a small distance that if you walked across two overlapping objects, it won't cause the camera to bump. Z flight snaps can also be used to augment precision movement. We're keeping an eye on your Forge creations, maps of all kinds, videos, explosive pits of death through the holidays. Keep posting things like this and this. And be sure to check out r/Halos just posted Forge Friday Spotlight here. I guess they have links to and more. Much of the goodness within the Cartographer's Gift update was a direct result of feedback we've received since launch. To see all of the content and read the patch notes, head here. The update brings with it holiday social and holiday doubles, both of which have been widely requested playlists. You'll be available through the holidays until January 4th, at which point we'll evaluate these lists. What type of game types can we add to a future social playlist? How action Saki should get. what great community content will we find in early 2016? What types of new content can we bring through team demos to make it even better? These are all types of questions we're asking and things we'll be thinking about as we evaluate feedback and population data early next year. As a note, these two playlists will replace the weekend community poll through the holidays, and you can be quite certain that we'll be undoubtedly be bringing back some weekend polls in the new year. On the topic of playlists, FFA has been adjusted to 6 players. The Warzone Armory spot has been fixed. We've modified vehicles on recurve and Gallatin, and also removed vehicles from snipers maps and holiday social, all based on your input. The UI team crammed a bunch of improvements into gameplay, lobby, and spectate. Curated based on feedback we've received, and all new controller options give you a never before seen level of tuning. The Spanker is back, and dozens of new wrecks are now available. It is a pleasure to say that a great deal of these updates were a direct result of your conversations and work on more improvements. Maps, modes, weapons, and more is already underway. We hope you enjoy this week's update and forge through the holidays. And we'll be back in early January to talk more about what's next, because there's plenty on the way. I myself have only seen a few previews of what 2016 holds, but I do believe we can expect great things. Before we go, let's take a look at some of the top plays from this week. You may not have heard of the name Daniel Jordan until now, but it is not a name you will soon forget. In this clip, he perfectly times and targets a ground pound late in a Warzone match. I won't spoil the rest. Watch it here. In our second clip, Anix IRI recoils is in a 1-on-3 outlast a Spartan standing scenario. He pulls off some incredible last second moves. Watch it here. And to round out the week, let's watch the ground pound from downtown, from Kerm Lee over and over, thanks to the power of the GIF. It's just showing him ground pounding over and over again on a clip. Thanks for joining us this week and every week. So we play quite a bit of Halo 5 through the holidays, and we hope that you will too. Have a happy and safe holiday break. And we'll talk to you in the new year. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and Happy New Year. Bravo. P.S. Don't forget to check out this weekend's Halo World Championship qualifiers, starting tomorrow on twitch.tv/Halo. Twitch.tv/ESL Locke and twitch.tv/Gfinity TV. Additional details and specific times are below. And be on the lookout for some additional NRL coverage this evening at Halo .gg. watch Halo World Championship qualifiers. ESL Germany qualifier. Saturday, December 19th, 2015. 1:30 p.m. CET / 4:30 a.m. PT. Twitch.tv / ESL _ Halo. Infinity UK qualifier Sunday, December 20th, 2015. 5:30 p.m. GMT / 9:30 a.m. PT. Twitch.tv / Gfinity TV. MLGNA qualifier North America. Sunday, December 20th, 2015. 1:30 p.m. PT / 4:30 p.m. ET. MLG.tv / Halo. Twitch.tv / Halo. Labor site. Tournament overview. Online ladder points. All ahead for it. Online qualifiers, qualifier points, seed regionals. I guess that's it for that article. Halo 5 Guardians season explained by 343 Industries. 12/16, December 16, 2015. The Chronographers gift update for Halo 5 brings with it the arrival of seasons. Seasons are a new competitive feature for Arena, which will give you a chance to continually challenge yourself in ranked playlists and also improve your game since the last season. The Chronographers gift update for Halo 5 brings with it the arrival of seasons. Seasons are a new competitive feature for Arena, which will give you a chance to continually challenge yourself in ranked playlists and also prove that you've improved your game since the last season. The January 2016 season will begin today with the Chronographers gift update and end on January 31st, which will make the first season a little bit over a month long. So moving forward, we're going to keep an eye on feedback regarding season length. Now that the season has begun, all of your preseason ranks are still viewable on your Halo Waypoint service record, and all CSRs for ranked playlists have been reset, giving you a chance to place in each of these playlists again. At the end of each season, those who qualified in at least one playlist by playing 10 placement matches in any ranked playlist will earn an exclusive seasonal pack reward emblem only available that season. Additionally, social playlists are now available, including Big Team Battle and Holiday Social, the latter of which includes a variety of Slayer and Snipers variants at launch. Over time, we'll be expanding the social mode offering and new modes coming online, and incredible community created content services. And lastly, before we forget, Devils is back as a ranked playlist and will be available through the holidays. That's it for that article. Halo 5 Guardians. Advanced controller settings. By 343 Industries. December 11th, 2015. Sandbox team here. Well, with a quick update. We are excited to share with you that as a part of next week's update, we have added some additional options to the controller menu that will allow you to further customize your shooting/aiming experience. Included with the photographer's gift update are customizable settings for look, acceleration, inner dead zone, outer dead zone. Here's a quick overview of each and some guidance on using them. There's a picture for each one of the settings. They're all three the same looking pictures. And under each setting shows the description of it. The higher the setting, the faster acceleration when analog sticks is held to the edge, and default 3. Look acceleration. Adjust the time it takes to hit max look speed. When you peg, apply 100% input in any direction. The look stick. The higher the setting, the quicker you will reach top speed. And the lower the setting, the longer it takes to reach top speed. Currently, this value defaults to 3. For Halo 5's launch, we made the look acceleration a tad faster than it has been in past games. In the Halo 5 multiplayer beta, this was done in part to help you make large aim corrections a bit faster. For example, if someone is attacking you from behind, it allows you to more quickly do a 180. If you would like the look acceleration to match the multiplayer beta, use a setting of 2 here. Inner dead zone. Set analog sticks input required to exit the dead zone. Prevents drift. The higher the setting, the greater the input needed. From center default 12%. The inner dead zone refers to a small region around the analog sticks center position where we disregard input. Inner dead zone is used to prevent drift. I guess these are all for the camera movement analog stick. When you aren't applying any input to the look stick, this is caused because the analog sticks do not always return perfectly to center for a variety of reasons: manufacturing, tolerance, wear and tear on the controller, etc. Note that the default we use here aligns with the platform recommended value and is what past Halo games have always used. Recommended tuning process: try tuning the inner dead zone down to 0%. And test if you run into cases where after releasing the look stick, the camera continues drifting. If you do get drift, increase the inner dead zone setting a bit and try again. Ideally, you want as small of a dead zone as possible so that you're maximizing as much of the analog stick as possible. And the last one is outer dead zone. Set analog stick input required to reach maximum look speed. Prevents slow turn. The higher the setting, the less input needed based on your proximity to the edge. Default 10%. The outer dead zone allows you to adjust the point at which the analog stick registers as hitting 100% input. Outer dead zone is used to prevent slow turn. When you are applying 100% input on the look stick, but not reaching the top look speed, the larger the outer dead zone, the sooner you will hit 100%. Recommended tuning process. Try turning the outer dead zone down to 0% and test if you run into cases where you can hit the pegged state and encounter slow turn. If you do get slow turn, increase it a bit more and try again. Note that the majority of cases we found where people were encountering slow turn were somewhat hard to discover, as a problem tended to be inconsistent and were often happening only when clenching, torquing, and rotating the analog stick around the edges a tad. So you might need to experiment with this one a tad more before settling on their proper setting. Finally, note that the default values of these parameters are all identical to what we and you have been using previously. Therefore, you don't need to worry about this update changing anything. If you don't touch them, the game will play identically to how it has. But for those of you that want the ability to more intimately adjust your aiming experience, these parameters should provide more fine-tuned control to help better adjust the game. To your specific controller hardware and personal preferences. That's it for that article. Weekend playlist arena breakout. By 343 Industries, December 11th, 2015. Over the past few weeks, we've been reviewing your feedback on weekend playlists, as well as playlists and modes you'd like to see in the future. We're currently brainstorming ideas for future weekend and social playlists. And while the weekend playlist pool will return, it will take a few weeks. Time during the holidays as we route in a long-term social playlist. And this article shows a picture of red versus blue. And also take time to build new playlists and modes for the future. This weekend, we're introducing a new twist on the Breakout map and game type that we've been playtesting and toying around with here at the studio. Currently referred to as Arena. Breakout, the mode takes Breakout rules and then merge them with Arena settings on Arena maps, which will feature a custom game weapon placement for this game type. The result is a fast-paced game of elimination featuring a neutral flag, complete with Breakout player count, display, and audio. So the maps you've come to master since launch. We'd love to get your feedback on the game type, as well as specific preferred settings, power weapon placement, and favorite maps. So we're throwing it into matchmaking this weekend and adding in some increased XP. The playlist will go live this afternoon and be available through the weekend. And that was a very short article, I guess. The next one is a Cartographer's Gift Rec Review by 343 Industries. December 9th, 2015. The next free update to Halo 5 Guardians arrives next week, and with it comes Forge, new arena and Warzone maps, seasons and social playlists, brand new recs, and more. Today, we're excited to reveal each unlockable rec included are weapons, armor, and emblems you might recognize from past Halo titles, as well as some new additions. Cartographer's Gift marks the return of the Spectator rocket launcher, the dual-tubed tool of destruction that comes in 4 flavors. You'll also notice the full set of gold standard weapon skins, which are rather fitting of their legendary rarity. We hope you are as excited as we are for Cartographer's Gift and the wide array of new content it brings to Halo 5. So without further ado, here's a full rec reveal of the Cartographer's Gift update, which we teased in last week's Halo community update. Join us this Friday at 3 p.m. PT on Halo channel and twitch.tv/Halo to see the new content, including Forge, new maps, recs, and more in action. And by the way, I've watched this video already, and this is an old article. And it shows a picture of the whole the DLC for the game. And it says the first one is Forge. It's got four different Spanker rocket launchers. One called the original Spanker rocket launcher. It's a rare rec card. And the Spanker EM is also a rare rec card. And the Spanker EX is an ultra rare card. And then the Spanker Prime is legendary. And each of these guns have... The first one has like black, red, and green colors. The EM one has red, green, and black and white. And the Spectator EX has red, green, and white. And then the Spectator Prime has silver, red, and green. And this game has 3 new arena maps, which I've already talked about. And then the Warzone map called Battle of Noctis. And the first arena map is Overgrowth. The second one is Anti-Freeze. And then the third one is Entombed. The next one is Mark IV Gen 1 armor set and Radiant armor set. And the first 5 rec cards are legendary. And they're also the golden standard weapon skins. 1 for SMG, 1 for the Magnum pistol, 1 for the battle rifle, DMR, and assault rifle. And there's 2 new stance cards. One is called Fire Support, ultra rare, and then the Tactical Carry, legendary rec card. The Fire Support card shows a blue Spartan with a Spanker rocket launcher. And a Tactical Carry stance card with a red Spartan holding a battle DMR. First one is a Locust Edge armor set. Legendary rec card set, I mean. Next one is Pathfinder Trailbreaker, rare rec cards. And the Radiant Spirit armor set, ultra rare. Radiant Stormer Strike armor set, rare. Rogue Cutthroat armor set, ultra rare. Wetwork Cleaner armor set, ultra rare. And 2 new assassinations with blue and red Spartans. So first one is Nice Try, rare. And then the other one is Oh Snap, ultra rare. And the next one is the Emblem card Cone. It's an uncommon rec card. The next one is Flaming Ninja, ultra rare. Next one is Spartan Swords, rare rec card. Next one is Stuck, legendary. There's an emblem card for number 0 through number 9. And they're uncommon rec cards. And the last one is the classic BR rec cards. There's like 7 of them with the different power-ups and stuff. And they're all uncommon, but the first one is common. And the last one is ultra rare, actually. I guess that's it for the articles today, guys and girls. I really enjoyed reading them. They're pretty interesting articles I read. I had fun with it. And that box you see in the back in my video is the Guitar Hero Live game that I got for Christmas this year for Xbox One. And I also got the new Rise of the Tomb Raider game for Christmas. And also Assassin's Creed Syndicate and Fallout 4 and Star Wars Battlefront. And And I also got a Seagate 4 terabyte external hard drive for my Xbox. And I got lots of clothes for Christmas. 2 Star Wars shirts. And lots of gift cards. And it was a pretty good Christmas I had. And even my cousin Andrew slept over the night before. And he got some gifts the morning too. And it was a pretty good Christmas. And I had my family over on Christmas Day. And it was really fun. My Uncle Robert was here. And Uncle Cordell. And my mom and dad. And even Uncle Paul and Sandra stopped by. And cousin Josh. And cousin Julia. And cousin Eric and cousin Alex were here. Alex's girlfriend Leve was here as well. And Auntie Fabi and her friend Violetta were here. And Uncle Danny was here. And even Auntie Rosie and Uncle Manny were here. And it was a pretty good time. We ate pretty good food too. And yeah, I just wanted. We had a Christmas Day this year. And I know my video's a little long here, guys. And I guess Mommy's talking to somebody. Somebody's here. And I gotta go soon. And I gotta go now. I just wanted to update you on my Christmas. And Christmas went really well this year. And their last name is Stanescu, by the way. And I guess it's a Romanian family. And my mom's side of the family, actually. And I gotta go now. So please rate, comment, like, favorite, subscribe, view, thoughts, and opinions. And I hope you liked it and enjoyed it for your viewing pleasure, guys and girls. Stay tuned for more, guys and girls. And like Ghost Robo says, please drink some hot chocolate. And I'll see you all later. And this is Aaron Halo 18 signing off. Bye.